What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we have some good news and we have some bad news. I really don't like to be the bearer of the bad news. I wish it was only good news, but yeah, unfortunately we have some bad news when it comes to SpiderMan Big Time. The good news are going to be somewhat decent. I'm not sure. I guess it will be some important good news, but I'm very disappointed with the bad news. So in this video we're going to talk about SpiderMan Big Time. We're going to talk about the Infestation team and what's going to be the future of this team based on this new information that we just gathered. And as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and make sure you smash that like button like a boss, right? Okay, let's get started. SpiderMan Big Time. Big Time disappointment. We changed his name from SpiderMan Big Time to SpiderMan Big Third because unfortunately, after the announcement of this character and after the release of this character, the opinion about the character greatly changed. SpiderMan Big Time, when he was announced and when he was dropped on the patch, it was wow, this guy has amazing stats. He has insane amount of health, insane amount of damage, and that was all great. And based on the stats that we saw, this could be a great character that you could use in Cosmic Crucible, Alliance Wars, and in raids. I said there is a huge possibility that this guy can be useful in raids because he applies Disrupt with his ultimate, with trauma, and that will help us to deal with the tech nodes on the incursion raids. On top of that, we also have Ant-Man that can apply ability block to Dazzler, and then we have Yellow Jacket that was also somewhat improved, and with the special and with the ultimate of Yellow Jacket, maybe we can do some funny stuff with these characters. And then we had the release of SpiderMan Big Time, which was not a real release, right? They put him on the raid season payout, which only happens every 2 weeks. And that gave us a window of maxing out this character in terms of yellow stars of 9 months. And this is for the top 100 players or the top 1%. So not a lot of people are going to get this character anytime soon big enough for him to be relevant in the raids, because in 9 months we are going to have the new incursion raids and he's not going to be part of that. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, because we have the SpiderMan Big Time being part of the Infestation team, which is Alliance Wars defensive team, which no one wants to invest, right? When they give us Alliance Wars defensive team, if they are only useful on that specific game mode, then yeah, we don't want. We are not going to invest on that. On the other hand, we had teams like Young Avengers that were part also of Alliance Wars defense, but because they were good on all game modes, a lot more people invested in them. But unfortunately, it's not the case with the Infestation team. All of their abilities are very, very locked behind the Alliance Wars defense, and when it comes to other game modes, they are a complete letdown. And this comes to the bad news. The bad news is that the ultimate of SpiderMan Big Time no longer applies trauma outside of Alliance Wars defense. Yes, in the past he was applying trauma in Blitz, Cosmic Crucible, Alliance Wars, Raid, and also Arena, if for some reason you used him. And now they changed this kit and it no longer works. And we even went through the data mines back in the day to make sure that the buff block, which is Disrupt, and then locked debuff, which is the trauma, was working. So it was in the code and it was working fine as it was supposed to be. It was just the description that was not clear enough. And instead of changing the description to say that he applies trauma in all game modes, they do the opposite. They completely remove the trauma. But as you can see, it was made pretty intentional to be there. So I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, unfortunately, SpiderMan Big Time got a big shaft on his ultimate, and this is going to affect the viability of this character in all game modes. I was going to use this character in Cosmic Crucible because I found a very convenient way of using him, And now, because they removed the trauma from the ultimate, now this guy is absolute trash. He was not great before, and now he's absolute trash. The fact that he requires 9 months to get 9 yellow stars, and you cannot buy his offers. You cannot buy his offers. Then we have the red stars. They are only with dark promotion credits. Then the character is Alliance Wars defensive only. And then his basic and the special only do single target damage. And on all his attacks, his damage is normal damage, not piercing damage. And that means that the length on to which this character is going to be relevant, it's very low, because we have seen that the more armor the enemies have, the less damage these characters with normal damage will do. And that means that the shelf life of SpiderMan Big Time is going to be a very short time. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a big time, it's going to be a very short time. Okay, so now we have to talk about what about the incursion, about the infestation team in raids. I want to show you this gameplay so you guys see the problems that we have with the infestation team, and we have a clear perception of what happens. So we're gonna use Kang Big Time, we're gonna use Yellow Jacket, Kestrel, and Shuri. I should use Ant-Man, but I didn't have enough tech gear, because I'm gonna take Shuri to Dark Dimension 6, and she's extremely expensive, and I ran out of tech origin gear, which is lovely. And since then I've been farming tech gear, but I'm still not able to catch up. But let's take a look at the problems of this team in raids and why they kind of suck. So not only we have a very small SpiderMan Big Time, and even if you have all the money in the world, you cannot get him easily with high yellow stars and red stars. So with all of that in mind, we have to focus more on the other characters, Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man. But both of those characters have the same problem that SpiderMan Big Time have. They do normal damage, and normal damage is just not gonna cut it. So you can see that he applies the Disrupt with the Trauma, which you need. And then you need to ability block the Dazzler with your Ant-Man for 2 turns. So after you can play around with enemies, right? And the problem with this is that the enemies are going to attack you. The enemy Shang-Chi is going to attack you, and that will make your team to go faster. So let's take a look. So we are going to do the special, and I'm going to use the ultimate of Kang, but this is something that should not happen. This was luck based, so it's not reliable. So because it's not reliable, we are going to use it for science, but we are not going to abuse of the situation. So I'm not going to use the Kestrel special, because she's not supposed to, we are not supposed to have that defense down on the enemies already. And now Shang-Chi attacks, and he makes your Yellow Jacket to go faster. The problem here is that many times the Shang-Chi will go first. Shang-Chi will go first, and then your Yellow Jacket will go before Kestrel. And if your Yellow Jacket goes before Kestrel, then you cannot do the ultimate, because, well, the enemies don't have defense down. So you're gonna see here, it seems like he does a nice amount of damage, but it was very mediocre damage. Yellow Jacket has 400% damage multiplier on the ultimate, and it was just not good enough. So that was the first case, where we used the Kang ultimate, we turned rewind the enemies, and because of that, Yellow Jacket was able to go first. But this is the normal situation. This is without Kang having his ultimate ready, and this is why it's such a major problem. So you're going to turn rewind all the enemies. Then we are going to apply slow to the enemies as well with Kang. But because they have Emma Frost on the other side, that means Kang is only slightly faster than Shang-Chi. Now Shang-Chi is going to turn rewind your characters, but at the same time, SpiderMan Big Time made your Yellow Jacket to go first. Yes, he made Yellow Jacket to go first, and that means that you are not going to be able to use the Kestrel special, and then you're not going to be able to use the Yellow Jacket ultimate. Or it's going to do the ultimate, but you're going to see it's going to do fluff damage, because it's normal damage, and the enemies, they just have too much armor. So here we go. We're going to use that, and you'll see that it's not going to get us anywhere. Okay, you see, maybe it did like 10% of the damage on Emma Frost, but it was not significant enough. And sure, yeah, we could use Ant-Man to stop the Dazzler, and then we could bring Doctor Doom along, but it's just not a good option. It's really not a good option. It's a possibility that it helps you out on difficulty 5 or something to push you through difficulty 6, but it's not something like it's super convenient. Okay, so that clears the situation with the tech team, with Infestation. It's a possibility. If you have them like huge, 7 red stars, if you have your big time 5 red stars as well or so, if you have them very big, yeah, sure, they can be a possibility. But the fact that they have so much normal damage, and the fact that the enemies have so much armor, it just makes it impossible for them to be useful. Okay, but that's all the sad news that we have. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, very small. There are actually 2 lights at the end of the tunnel, very small, that can make your day a little bit brighter. And those 2 lights are going to be the new data mines that we had recently. So when you take a look at these new data mines, we're gonna see that requires traits of Kree, PIMTech, and Infestation. What does that mean? That means that on the gamma raids, that are going on right now, it's gonna be possible for you to use the Infestation team on these nodes right here. So there are these pesky nodes with Kree, PIMTech. Well, on top of that, we are also going to have the Infestation tag. Infestation, that means you're going to use Black Widow, you're going to be able to use Swarm and SpiderMan Big Time. So you are still going to require to invest on Phyla-Vell or some other PIMTech character like Yellow Jacket or Ant-Man, but at least we have more options. And this is the first light that we have at the end of the tunnel. And the other light that we have at the end of the tunnel, so this one is the first that says that the gamma nodes are going to require this one. Then we also have these patch nodes. These are actually patch nodes that they released, and we don't know exactly what's going on, but SpiderMan Big Time is going to be released, and then they say the rest of the team will arrive in the next major version release. Now, I thought next major version release would be the next patch, but someone said in the chat, and it's true, that maybe it's not the next patch, maybe it's on the new version. Instead of 7.3, it's going to be on 8.0. So we don't know for sure, maybe it's in a future patch, maybe it's the tech team that we are supposed to have, but if the Infestation, or if part of the Infestation is supposed to be the next tech team, we still have a lot of problems with SpiderMan Big Time, because once again, it's a character that is going to require at least 9 months for top players to max him out, and then his red stars are locked behind dark promotion credits, which, let's be honest, we don't have a lot, right? We have so many characters that require dark promotion credits, and do we have more dark promotion credits for a raid character or an Alliance Wars character that we don't know exactly what the hell is going on? So yeah, unfortunately, that's the situation with SpiderMan Big Time. Got nerfed on his ultimate, increased viability on the gamma raids, but we don't know the real status of this team, and we don't know what's the future of this team, except the fact that it's gonna take almost 1 year to max out this guy, and we don't even know for sure what's the point at the end of the day, because the release of this character was very convoluted, and it still is, because you can destroy the Infestation team extremely easy on Alliance Wars defense, which makes this team even less viable. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you think about these news. Are you sad that they nerfed him with the trauma and now he's trash in all game modes except Alliance Wars defense? Are you happy that we have more options for the gamma raids? And what are your thoughts overall on the Infestation team and SpiderMan Big Time? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.